In the immortal words of Ferris Bueller, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. So what are you waiting for?
This is the story of my journey from a quick overnighting camper to a grizzled, forest-hardened, thru-hiking outdoorsman capable of doing at least 3 nights. Inspired in part by my BFF Dixie, in the fall of 2019, I made the decision to complete a thru hike. Not a huge one, but although I've always loved being active outdoors, I've never been much of a long-distance day or multi-night hiker. My brother Mike once asked, "You can spend 6 hours a day on a bicycle for 5 consecutive days, but the thought of even a single 6-hour hike turns you off?" Touché, Mike. Touché. So which hike? 120 kilometers of the Pacific Crest Trail? No, COVID-19. The 90 kilometers of the Stein Valley Trail in BC? No, closed. COVID-19. How about the Sunshine Coast Trail? COVID-19 closed the huts, but all the tent sites are open. Alright, that's it. Sunshine Coast Trail it is. Let the training begin. Our first night hike, boys. What do you think?
Woo, it's not dark.
Okay, it's not dark yet.
Light out.
It'll be dark.
Why isn't it dark? I'll use my
Okay. Opinions about the prospect of a night hike.
Good.
Why?
Awesome.
Why?
It'll be fun.
I think so.
See if we can fight the cougars.
Fight the cougars.
Yeah.
Jordan?
Dumb.
You seem to have a strong opinion. What was that again?
Dumb.
What are you missing out to be here?
Nothing.
You're not missing out.
Relaxing at home. I'd rather hike in the light.
Well,
It'll be fun.
hey, you're here,
I'm
so
here.
you chose to be here. Though not a training hike, as it's only an hour each way, the annual migration of hikers, non-hikers, and kids to Hiker's Beach has been a long-standing tradition not missed for 20 years. It's a time for friends and family to be ensconced in nature and to speak about things that should not be spoken of. Right, Sarah?
Book the day off and have a party. Hi!
I so wanted to hike the Stein Valley Trail. During my annual moto camping trip, I made a little side trip to the trailhead. It's friggin' gorgeous. I do hope it's open in 2021.
Alright. Mike and I doing the Howe Sound Crest Trail. You don't see Mike yet. Where is he? There he is. Say hi, Mike. Supposed to say hi, Mike. Alright, Howe Sound Crest Trail. Just checked in the day use area. There's the rings. Let's go.
The first of the big hikes this year. The Howe Sound Crest Trail. Still technically a training hike, but I'm lumping it in with the long through hikes because of how brutally difficult it is. Mike and I completed this in 2 days. By the end of the 12 hours on trail on the first day, I was so bagged, I didn't want to eat. The second day was easier, and I was surprisingly fresh. But that scenery. One more ride with Randy to Saltspring before the main event. Good times were had, and we saw snakes and deer and nudes. Oh my.
Nice horns you got. Yeah, I know. You don't tell me. You think how do I get over that fence?
Finally, the big day arrives. The Sunshine Coast Trail. All the gear? Check. Weight lost? Check. Well trained? We'll see. My buddy Dave, who lives in Lund, graciously agreed to put me up for the night and ferry me to the trailhead and then pick me up when I'm done. We boated to Sarah Point with his dog. He dropped me off and left me. Eerily alone, but very pleased.
There goes my ride. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for dropping me off in the middle of nowhere. Alright, that's it. Here we are. Sunshine Coast Trail. Day 1, meter 1. Just gonna start. My ride, you can probably see in the background there, is leaving. For 2 days, I won't be able to see him. Gonna meet him in Powell River, spend the night, and then do the other 5 days after that. Here we are at the start of the Sunshine Coast Trail. That way. Here we go. Climb number 1, 100 meters right out of the gate. Sea level to 100. But already, decent view. Let's continue. A lot of these signs around. The orange square, the wooden sign. Should be no reason to get lost on this trail. was starting at 1 o'clock today. It was a little later than expected. But after the party Dave held last night, I guess you gotta pay. Now, I could say it was in my honor, but it was actually his sister's birthday. So, there was maybe 20 people. It was fun. Some drinks were had. And we started late. But I got a tour of his office, and all was good. So, we're almost 10K in. And it's 2 hours in or so, 2.5. So, we're doing pretty good. Now, let's go. Well, that's a nice view. There are ferns everywhere. And here's the trail. Ferns for days. It's still the fern jungle. Look at them all. Oh, fern jungle's over.
Pulled into Wednesday Lake on the end of day 1 and set up camp.
All right, day 1 over. Day 2 beginning. Day 1 goal, about 25K. Actual, 12. Why? Well, started late, it was hot. Maybe that had something to do with it. Not too much water after the lake I just spent the night at. Wednesday Lake, by the way, beautiful. Not too much water after that, so it would have been a dry night. Doesn't sound like all that much fun. I mean, I would have done it. But it was a nice spot. It was about 6 o'clock when I pulled in. I was fairly tired. Don't think I could have gone another 12 anyway. So I said, screw it. There I am. I met some nice people. Had a good chat. And here we go. We'll see how far I make it today. Okay, I don't know what this is up there. It's just throwing shit at me. Man, they got some pretty big dogs around here. Which way to go? Got left, got right. Aside from the sign, we have sticks crossing the trail. That generally means do not go this way. Here we are at the Manzanita hut. Looks like some used to be water. Nice little prep table. Comments box with some comments. It's pretty dark. Let's see how well the camera does up here. Well, cool. So I just learned something. I normally hook my flip-flops or whatever to these straps, and they just hang on the outside because they're dirty and I don't want to get the inside dirty. But sometimes those flip-flops straps will come undone, and so now I have one flip-flop. Yeah. Plumber Creek Road. Turn right here, brings me to Dave's house. A shower, some food probably, and most importantly, his hot tub. And obviously, you know, his and Jamie's awesome personalities, which will be fun as well. But, you know, priorities. Sorry, Dave. Okay, up the hill. Probably 2 more kilometers or so. Off to Dave's. Walking down the gravel road from Dave's place. Back to the trail. 2 more days left. Okay, seriously, how does a tree get like this? Up, over, down, and then like 180, then back up again. That's a freak of nature. This is most certainly a pretty area of this trail. Got some moss, got some nice trees, good trail. Beside the river, a couple falls.
Pulling into Shangri-La. So ends day 3.
Here's the tour of my campsite here. Up this trail is the loo. There it is. This one actually has a door. A lot of the other ones don't have doors. How scary is it? Oh, and it has a seat too. Isn't that nice?
Unlike the first night where I shared the campsite with one other couple, this night I was completely alone. It was eerily dark, eerily quiet, not even a breath of wind. Woke up in the night, couldn't hear a thing, couldn't see a thing.
There's the little shelter, lean-to, whatever you call it. Built in 2008. Here's my shelter, the homestead. Sleeping on the table. Why set up a tent when you don't have to? A little bit foggy this morning, but I think I see blue through some of that. A little brighter over there. What did I learn again? After filling up on water in several different lakes, didn't really think about it, but they all taste very different from each other. One maybe is a little siltier, one tastes perfectly clean. They're just different. And this, folks, is why we hike. Savory Island, I think, out there. What a view. Maybe that's Texada? More really big dogs in this area. Got a water bottle there for scale. Man, they just let dogs everywhere, don't they? What did I learn? Several times through this trip, I learned that white butterflies seem to fly in pairs, and they like to fly around your face, bumping into you. Probably happened 6 times yesterday. What's with that? I don't know. So, if you were paying attention, you would have remembered something I said earlier. I was going to meet Dave in Powell River in 2 days. Well, Powell River is 50 kilometers away. I met him in 2 days, all right, but I met him at his house, which is about the 27 kilometer mark. The first day, wasn't really feeling the speed. Second day, pretty much the same thing. Maybe it was the heat, I was tired, who knows. I decided to stay at Dave's house, whatever. Third day I felt fantastic. Made good time. Felt great, climbed some hills. But then, third night it was pretty close to Powell River. Spent the night. Well, now I had to make a decision. 4 days would have taken me just past Powell River, maybe 15K. I had to commit to about at least 4, maybe 5 more days after that. And so during the hike, I'm deciding, trying to figure it out. Then Dave texted me, said, "Hey Matt, Jamie and I are going to Savory. with a bunch of friends on the boat and the dogs. Well, my decision was made for me. That sounds like fun. So what the hell? Went to Savory. Instead of 178 kilometers of the Sunshine Coast Trail, I ended up doing 50. Spent that night with Dave and Jamie. Got on the motorbike. Spent the next night at the cabin with Brad and Heather. Hung out in the sun, ate steaks, played guitars, sang. A couple of my favorite things. So I had a great time, even though I didn't finish the hike. Isn't that what a good vacation is anyway?
The SCT was the last of the planned hikes for 2020, but come late October, I wanted one more. Had a few days off and decided, with the advice of Mike, to hike the Juan Fuca trail. It was pretty hastily planned, mostly last minute, and I did a lot of my research on the 10 p.m. ferry over to the island. Spent the night at a hotel in Langford, and drove to the China Beach parking lot, which is at the south terminus. Then hitched north to begin the 3-day adventure.
Some very nice people, Robbie and Crystal, just dropped me off. I offered them money for the hitch, but they didn't take it. Thank you very much, guys. There's the trailhead. There's my pack, all ready to start the Juan Fuca Trail. Starting at the Parkinson's Creek trailhead. Should be 3 days. Here we go. So dark in here. It's the middle of the day, well, 3 o'clock. Spooky.
Finally, pulled into Sombrio Beach just before dark. Had some dinner. A good hot chocolate, my staple on hikes. And some hiker TV. Day 2 started late, about 11 o'clock. I had 20 kilometers to go, and only 7 hours to do it.
Hiking the ridge. Yes, it does fall off significantly to both sides, left and right. So stay on the ridge. Well, this is a surprise. Super easy part of the trail, just flying along here at whatever, some fast speed. Nice and flat, no mud. Making good time. It's cold though. I don't have a thermometer But I'm thinking, can't be much warmer than 5. Sometimes the mud is brown, sometimes, in this case, it's sort of gray. Welcome to another What Did I Learn? What did I learn about this week? It's a muddy trail, and at first, sidestepping all the mud, walking on rocks, fell in anyway. So what did I learn? Just walk through it, basically. You're probably gonna fall in at one point anyway and get a major mud soaker. Plus, all the sidestepping and balancing does 2 things. It slows you down and opens you up to the potential of crashing because you're trying to balance. Just stepping in to the lowest spot, you're not going to fall because it fell off something. You're just going to get a mud soaker, which you're probably going to get anyway. The next creek you find, just walk right through that, cleans the mud right off. Don't get me wrong, that mud's going to feel pretty gross the first time or two when you first go in. But after a couple, it really doesn't matter. So just go ahead and do it. Oh, I got such a late start today. 10:45. Didn't start walking. I'm not sure how I stayed in the tent so long. Well, actually I do. It was freaking cold. My condensation froze on the inside of my tent. Plus, I don't sleep all that well in the tent anyway. So it's not all that surprising. But yeah, late start means I have to step it up if I want to get to the next beach before it gets dark. Well, this is interesting. Well, let's see how to navigate this. Three kilometers to go to camp. Will they make it before dark? We'll see. So red. Makes it look like the forest is on fire. Good thing it's not. That's where the sun just went down over the horizon. It's 10 after 6. Didn't make it before the sun went down. Got about 1.5 kilometers to go. Got the headlamp out. It's probably going to be fairly dark by the time I get there. Well, this is the beach. Made it to the west part before dark. We've got to go to the east part. I don't think it's that far. And there's the moon, barely.
Not a bad way to wake up.
Started day 3 on the Juan to Fuca Trail, Breakfast of Champions. Cup of hot chocolate. And some strawberry granola with milk. Do I really have to put these on again? So gross. last day, only 9 kilometers today. Much warmer. It's quite cold yesterday starting. Today, sunny, very nice. Don't even need my hoodie or a puffy jacket. Alright, 9K to go, here we go. Well, I give you one thing, water is sure plentiful on this trail. No shortage of it at all. Little creeks flowing from the forest right into the ocean. Wow. Had this beach all to myself last night. Nobody within, well, who knows, kilometers probably. Pretty awesome. Gary, some pretty awesome overhanging sandstone cliffs. I don't know if you can hear this. Sounds pretty weak. Mike, you would, yeah, there we go. Don't know if you saw that. Let's try it again. Yeah, not good for rock climbing. Not good. Welcome to another exciting episode of What Did I Learn? Or in this case, what did I not learn? Last night, I think, was a bit warmer than the night before. There's no condensation on the inside or the outside of my tent. The night before, still clear night, maybe a bit colder. It definitely froze. But there was major condensation on the outside and the inside. Why? I don't know. Appear to be cars. Is it true? Am I done? Assuming my car is still there. Guess I'm finished. Let's find out. And done. 42 kilometers later, one hitch.